Hello everyone. Got kind of a different kind of video for you today. Found a guy on Marketplace that was selling some metal, and I was looking for some metal panels to make a little cover for the 440 for the Red Rocket. Go check that out if you don't know about it. Turns out this dude has something really freaking awesome that I have never seen before, never even thought anybody would even build. So, and it is right there. So let's meet the guy building that and let's check it out. All right, sir, what's your name and what is this crazy project right here?
All right, my name's Cash. This is the War Machine. So a kid did a model. He had 2 extra pieces left over. He put them together, and for some reason when I was looking through Mad Max stuff, I found it and I was like, I'm gonna build it. And so 2 years ago I started looking. I didn't know that you couldn't buy, private people could not buy these helicopters since 9/11. And so I looked, I called, and about a year later, somebody called me back and said they can do it and they can do the paperwork on it. I just got to make sure that that I give them a picture that it's not being restored and it's not going to go in the air. So what we have is a late model, late 60s Huey. Did 2 tours in Vietnam. And so that's another reason why this one meant so much to me. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put it on that chassis.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and that's going to be soon. The hardest part of this project is finding out how to get an all aluminum piece of equipment and mount it to a solid steel frame. And to make sure that we didn't twist or bend or tweak it in any way. So it's taken like 10 different ideas to narrow that down. And I guess the biggest issue on that is on the landing gear, when the Healy would land, it would force the energy out towards the ground and out. And so, and since now it doesn't have the landing gear and it's able to do that on the chassis, it's got to be able to absorb out, but then not send it back up, if that makes any sense. But so what we're going to do is I've got all new doors, I got new windows, I got jump doors, slide doors. I'm going to actually form this in. As you can see, I'm putting in new patches, new panels, and so I've got to build all that and give it a nice angled look and enclose it. And but I'll show you. Come on over here. And so here I got all the bubbles for the fronts. We're going to close in this front piece here. Like I said, new windows for up there, new green windows. Originally I was going to go with the OD green because it was from the the Vietnam era. But so now what I'm going to do though is a lot of the friends that I have and I have made that I've become close with are from the Iraq and Afghanistan. I was in Afghanistan for 3 years, so it's kind of, we got a little bond going on there. So I was not military, I was a security contractor. I want to make sure that's understood. And in Kandahar and Afghanistan, so that's why I've got kind of a closeness with them. So we're going to go with tan with a bed liner, the Rapture bed liner. I love it because it's smooth and it doesn't absorb any oils in it.
Show us some of the bullet holes that are actually still in here.
Bullet holes, we've got some here. We had one here.
There's one on the side over here too.
Yeah, let's go look at it.
Right there.
Yeah. And we had more of them down on the bottom, but you're not going to be able to see them now because I had to go in and patch all those.
Yeah.
Not just the bullet holes, but also close up some holes that their panels were off of.
Yeah.
And that's where the fuel tanks are. Right here, they're actually.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually a pretty cool thing to see. They've got some kind of Kevlar in them and a rubber in them. So supposedly, what happens is when the bullet would go through, they made it in such a way that as the bullet was traveling through, the heat of the bullet would heat it up and close the gap.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I thought
cool.
That was pretty phenomenal.
That's neat.
Yeah. And so that bag was all twisted up. I ripped it out. I'm going to leave the other bag in and then I'll patch that whole panel right there, but I can't right now because the strap is holding the belly. And that was another thing, holding it, when I built this 14-foot gantry crane to lift this took several times to build to get it right, and also to be able to hold the weight the way I needed it to do. But we tried to hold it from the top and pull it from the top. We tried to pull it from the center, but there was the pieces that are in the way. If they're not in a certain way, then they start to bend and twist. So this is the easiest way I found.
Yeah.
Wrap it from the belly.
It's very cool.
Yeah, and I had to take the doors off to be able to do that. But yeah, so, and we'll have, I'm hoping to have green lights down here on the bottom, and I'm hoping to run red lights like they did in Afghanistan when they're traveling at night, be able to click them on and have the red lights like the military would
Very
do it.
cool.
I thought it was badass.
That'd be very cool in a parade situation.
Yeah, especially.
Very cool.
Especially, they'll love that. And here I'll show you these, so these were all the parts, like the different parts you have to get. I was very fortunate to get. So all these extra parts to be able to put that together.
Very cool.
And then here we have like the doors, the side windows, the jump doors. I got a few of those so I can pick the best ones to put on.
Very cool.
We got the side panelings, those and these. We got the bubbles for the bottom.
You got the new windows up there.
The brand new windows for those. So it should look pretty sharp. Let me show you the chassis. That way it's pretty cool. It's got some history on it. So this chassis was a 1991 motorhome, and I like things that were built in the 90s. I missed that time. But so this is an Oshkosh frame, military frame. They don't use them anymore for these. So I was very fortunate to get that, very strong. In the back, we've got a 3208 turbocharged Caterpillar engine in the back. And that's why I like the picture that you'll see, the thumbnail for that picture, that when we went off was impossible to build, and this is why I knew that was impossible to build, but this one would be, because that engine's in the front, so it would take up the entire front of that cab.
Yeah.
But now that the engine is,
it kind of ruined the look of it too.
Yeah, and then when you set that down on there, you're gonna have the full open.
It'll be all blended in, and
yes, and you can get a low profile look, which will make it look real slick.
Oh yeah.
And then so we've got that semi over there. We got that from Prentice, and those tanks right there are going to be used on the side of this here, of the Healy. So the door will set here, the pilot's doors will set here and have a hub over it to protect all this if this tire blows out, but it'll sit here with a grading step here, and then you'll step off here onto those tank steps, and you'll sit down to get off.
Very cool.
Yeah, and surprisingly, you probably especially can't tell it in the video, but you look at the size of that and you think, oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of room. But actually, that thing
with
22.
with the doors right here.
Yes.
With the main door right there.
Yes, and that comes back all the way. It'll come all the way back to here. That's how long.
So that's perfect right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I just know when I pulled in, I immediately looked over and was thinking, what in the world is that? I want to know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So glad I asked questions.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they slow down. You can sometimes, one time I even heard them hit the brakes and lock them up, and then they stopped and looked. But yeah, I'm always open to. I mean, I'm from Texas, so I mean, if we see something and we think it's cool, we just stop in and you shoot the shit. It's not that big of a deal. But in some other places, they feel like maybe they're being nosy or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's why this is. Yeah, and so this is going to be the war machine, and
it's wild, man.
Yeah, it's going to be. And so I'm thinking about for the. I'm still open to any ideas, but I'm thinking about doing what I'd like to do is being from Texas and do the King's Ranch interior with the calfskin leather and all that, with the captain seats in the front, and then do some in the back, or do them all the way in the back, and the bench seat, in the middle, to be able to transport people and stuff.
I think that would be all. That it'd be a beautiful match.
Yeah.
Beautiful match.
And with that tan, go ahead and spray the inside with the tan bed liner. That tan on the calf skin would just be it's gonna
Yeah.
be change.
Well, he is going to be leaving this area in around sometime in November. So I will definitely be keeping up with this project until then. I will do my best to update y'all on that. And he does have an Instagram that you post pictures of it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have the link to his Instagram in the description. So y'all definitely go check him out. Follow him on Instagram so you can keep up to date on this project. So because it's just unbelievably cool, man. Unbelievably cool. It was awesome to meet you.
Yes. This is a good deal.
Is there anything else you want to share on this on the project?
No, I think the main thing is that that I'm super excited about this. It's not just the project. It's just also too. You know, I've been selfish my whole life, and this is going to be my one opportunity. I feel like to be able to give back and to be able to do something. So I'm excited for the vets. I'm supposed to have if I can finish in time, I'm supposed to do a photo shoot with the 174th Division full military dress wedding.
Oh wow!
And I'll bring you guys along for that. That'd be a lot of fun if I can make that deadline. So it's just a way to give back. And the kids are gonna love it. I think the parades are gonna be awesome. You know, they're gonna freak out. So it's just I feel like this is going to be a good thing. It's not just the project; it's to be able to give back and be able to do something good for them.
Definitely. I think we're going to call that a video. I will definitely keep y'all up to date on this as much as I can, and definitely looking forward to the progress on this thing. And really glad I was able to meet you. And if you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one.